changed, but the the biggest pieces of catching is still the same. Catch the ball, throw the ball, keep your pitchers rolling, and keep a relationship with an umpire.
That's kind of where I wanted to go with this, considering I have the pleasure of officiating this sport with you crazy guys out in the field. There, uh, multiple times a week, sometimes more than I want to be out there, but it's a job, I guess. Yeah, you're a friendly guy out in the field. You seem to get along with not only your own players, the other team, the other team's coaches. And me and you get along quite well in the field so far. I think unless you like how depending how the playoffs go and how where I end up for the playoff matchups that come along. Why do you feel that's important to have a good relationship on the field with not only the opposing team but with umpires?
Well, in summer ball, it's a little bit different. We got a bunch of kids that are out of school, trying to make a name for themselves, maybe get a chance to play at the next level. I'm just here to have a good time, honestly. Like, I want our guys to have fun. I want it to be loose. That's what it's all about. But with the umpires, as much as I want to yell and scream at all of you, it's not going to do
That's a
me any
shame.
good. So if I can develop a relationship with you guys and kind of get to know you, and say I come back and we have that relationship where you're not walking into the park thinking, shit, I got to listen to Lindy or Cheese all day.
Yeah.
He's just going to be down my throat. Like that's.
Well, we had a laugh at it. Like you had your first ejection in your coaching career, and I had my first ejection in over 20 plus years, pretty much right around the same time. So we kind of had a chuckle about it because I'm not one to go out and look for trouble or even find trouble. And you seem to be the same way out in the field because I really think that I don't think it helps a baseball game by any means. Some coaches believe that you want to fire up your team by getting thrown out of a game. I think it's a complete negative effect on a baseball game, like in every single time. You have too many people who get pissed off. I don't think it helps a game at all.
I think if you do it in the right way, there is times that it is beneficial to a team, but you also have to have the right dynamic in a dugout to understand like the coach is doing it for you. You need to keep your mouth shut.
So how do you pass that knowledge now that you're a little bit older? You're not squatting behind the plate anymore. How do you pass that knowledge on to a catcher? That okay, just like what do you say to your catchers now that you got some guys? Because your guys in Brooks are pretty good. I've worked a couple of games behind the plate. They're pretty good. They don't say a whole bunch, just enough. They're inquisitive, but they're not rude. How do you pass that knowledge on to your catchers, saying, okay, here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to do with umpires, and like, what's the first thing you taught your catchers this summer, and then going back into college? What's like one of the first things you teach a new catcher that you're dealing with?
So I see where they're at. So obviously I want them on a first name basis with you. I don't want blue or sir. I think that's I
I
mean
haven't wore blue in 20 years, but
yeah.
anyways, that's another
Yeah.
thing.
So I call I mean we tell all of our guys and that's even down into like the 10U range. Get to know them by first name. They're humans. And once you can break through that barrier, I think it opens up a lot more. And for me, what I want them to do is I want them to be a partnership with you almost as much as they are with every pitcher that steps on the mound. Because at the end of the day, if we can get you not on our side, but at least working with us where we're talking in
100%.
zones, we're going to be more beneficial. And then in the fifth or sixth or the second game that we have with you, if we think you miss a pitch, you're not going to take offense to us saying, Brent, where the hell was that pitch? Like,
Well, that's exactly